Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's your girl ZO-ESHAAA. Hey! Welcome back. Okay, so as you can tell by the title, you already know what the topic of this episode is about. So let me just jump right on into it. Okay, so welcome you guys to ZOPICS episode 4. Yay, we've been doing ZOPICS for an exact month now. Like, this is amazing. Oh my gosh. Again, all the details will be listed below on how you guys can contact me with any topics, any questions, anything like that. Just throw them out there, give them to me. We love talk about things and all these type of things. You understand? And thank you guys so much for those of you who have watched my previous ZOPIC episode videos, who have commented. I really love your support. You guys know I love you guys from the bottom of my heart. Thank you guys so much. So yeah, again, let's just jump right on into the video.
Baby, this is what you came for.
Alright, so earlier this week I was talking to a cousin of mine. We're both in long-term relationships, and she had recently gotten back into hers after being broken up with her boyfriend. They were dating for 7 years. They broke up, but they recently, again, like I said, got back together. So we were talking about challenges that we were both experiencing during our relationship, because no relationship is perfect. Every blasted relationship have a problem. You put two people together with two different personalities, you're bound to lick it, but once in a while. So no relationship is blasted perfect. You understand? If you watch my vlogs, you would understand. Okay? So yeah, we were just talking about it, and we were talking about marriage, and somehow she said something to me like, oh, maybe you guys, like, I think it was like along the lines of like we would have been married by now, like maybe if we didn't move in with each other, like, because she was like implying that maybe he was comfortable, he being my boyfriend, babe. Okay, and I was just like, nah, like I disagree. Like, I moved in with him before marriage for a reason. So this is the topic for today's episode, and the topic is marrying before, or moving in before marriage. Your thoughts on it. And my thoughts on moving in before marriage, I feel like there's absolutely nothing wrong with it. I personally chose to move in before marriage because I've seen with other relationships that it works in a sense, because you actually get to see what living with the individual is like. I don't know if a lot of my subscribers do live with their partners and aren't married, or if they are married with their partners, or even if you guys have partners. I don't know a lot of you guys' situations. But for myself, again, like I said, I chose to move in with my other half before marriage because I've been told and I've seen through other people that people change. People change. Change is inevitable. It happens every day. It happens with people, animals, things, everywhere. Change. It's something we can't change. That's the only thing that's constant in life. So when you live with someone, you see another side of that individual. When they're comfortable in their own space, they change from what it is like just dating somebody, because you only see each other on certain occasions, every now and then. You might even see each other every day, but where do you guys see each other and for how long? You know what I mean? So when you actually live with somebody, you guys share the same space, you see another side of the individual, and I feel like it's a good thing to see before marriage so that you can actually make the right decisions for the rest of your life. Regardless of whether you succeed and you end up getting married after the case may be, or you end up breaking up, I feel like it's not a waste of time, because there's a lot of things or a lot of people out there that you may not want to end up spending the rest of your life with. Like, when you marry someone and you live with them, the only way out of a situation, if it ends up being a bad situation, is divorce. Either being divorced or getting separated. But there's something that you actually have to sign off on in order to like really call it quits. Whereas if you just move in with somebody and it doesn't work out, you just pack your shit and you leave. You know what I mean? So like, I did not want to end up living with somebody after marrying them and then end up being like abusive. And abusive, not just necessarily physically, but mentally, verbally, all of that type of shit. I don't want to be with a person like that. You know what I mean? I don't want to be with somebody who's extremely lazy, who doesn't want to work. When you move out, you're responsible for all your responsibilities, like light bill, light bill, that's not the same thing. Cable, internet, grocery. When we move out, one day me shit and me never have toilet paper and me I call somebody for pass me toilet paper. Who for pass me toilet paper? I know me for buy it. I know me for buy it. Like fabric softener and fabric sheets and detergent and all these type of things. Like, can you manage to do that all by yourself? I mean, if you can, that's great, right? But if you're moving out with the intention of having shared expenses and you end up being the only one to take on that role, it becomes really difficult. And I wanted to make sure that the person that I was going to spend the rest of my life with wasn't going to be scared if we got into hard times. Like for instance, me losing my job. A lot of guys may not have stuck around, and even though he never really had to take on a lot of expenses because I still had money coming in where I could still take on most of my expenses, but there was a couple things where he had to step up and like pay a little bit more on. But he stepped up because I'm with a man, I'm not with a boy. You know, so all these type of things, like I'm glad that I got to experience prior to marriage, so that I know, like, hey, if I do end up marrying Marlon, which is the plan, it's going to happen. Hello to every one of my friends out there who like to pass their remarks through text messages or phone calls who inquiring about my relationship. Yes, we are happy sometimes, and we will be married, so don't worry yourself here, and I'm not live anytime soon, so no chance to ask. But again, I will save that for another time. Yeah, anyways, I don't want to get off topic in this video, yeah, too much. But yeah, like I said, I'm with a man, not a boy. So I moved in with him. Again, I was in a long-term well, it wasn't really long-term, but I mean, we were together for a year or more. And I, for reasons, had to move out. He didn't necessarily have to, but we figured that, hey, if this is something that we're both serious about and we know that we want to be with each other in the future, then like, why not let's take this next step and move in together. So we did it, and we've been doing it now for 4 years. And there have been hard times, and we've crossed those bridges when we reached them, and we've made it over successfully every single time. And that even makes it more fulfilling, that like I feel like I've made the right choice. Although a lot of people may be like, no, you should marry first, or whatever the case may be. Like, that's not necessarily the step for everyone, and I don't feel like that should be something that's set in stone. Or I don't feel like if people choose, yeah, as I was saying, I don't feel like people should be penalized if they do make the decision to move out before marriage. Like, let people live, do what you feel like you want to do. Now, don't think that just because you have a boyfriend and y'all been together for a year that y'all can move out, okay? That's not how shit works. You got to make sure that this is the person that you actually see a relationship with. Like you see a long-term relationship with. Like, you could potentially be this person's baby mama. You could potentially be this person's wife. You want this person to be the father for your child or the mother for your child. Like, those are the type of things that should be going through your head. Like, we already knew that I wanted to be his baby mama, and he wanted me to be his baby mama. You know what I'm saying? Like, we were well informed. I think by this time he had already met my dad. He already knew pretty much everyone in my family, and vice versa. You know what I mean? So we were serial, okay? So it wasn't that bad of a decision. And I'm with a Jamaican. He's a countryman. So like, there's different kinds, but he's a countryman. I got that kind. So, you know, him good. Him can cook for himself, him can clean for himself. Like, although him have him ways, because him love leave him shoes all about the place, and when nighttime fall and no light no on, and me a drop and trip over them and me a cuss all the while. Or when him dash down in clothes and the laundry bin right there so beside the clothes, but him seem to have always missed the laundry basket, and him clothes always end up on the floor. Or when him move something and him just decide to move it back, and it something did it for how much weeks, and it cost about how much time, all these type of things. But that come with boys, you know what I mean? Like, but are you ready to take on that responsibility of walking behind him and cleaning up after them? Are you? It's not fun all the time, okay, ladies? So you have to honestly think about all of those type of things. If, for instance, he was to lose his job, are you ready to take on the responsibilities of all of your guys' expenses? You have to think about all of those type of things as well. So you have to make sure that the person that you're actually going to be moving out with is somebody worth taking on all those responsibilities with or for. So yeah, it's not just something you just jump into just because you found somebody and you're like, oh my god, I love him or I love her and I want to move out with them and da-da-da. No, I don't say it work. Okay, that's not how it works, and that's not the message that I'm trying to get across. I'm just saying, if y'all ready for that next step and you found that person that you want to take that next step with, by all means, if you want to try it out first, do it. You don't buy a car just by buying a car. You test drive it first before you actually say, okay, I'm gonna go sign off on it and buy it. You get what I say? So yeah, do it if you have to do it. You guys don't turn up your nose for it. And if you guys do agree with marrying before moving out with somebody, leave your comments below and let me know your reasons as to why you feel that way. If you guys agree with me, leave your comments below and let me know if there isn't anything that I touched on as to why you feel like moving out before marriage is actually a good idea. And yeah, I think that's pretty much all that I have to say for that. Just know what you gotta do before you do it. You see me? It's not easy being on your own. A lot of people make it look glamorous. Maybe they have the means to do so. Not saying that I don't have the means to do so, but shit gets real when you're on your own and you're responsible for your own shit. Like it really gets real. When I moved out, my intentions were like, yeah, me go have party every weekend. Me can't smoke, me can't drink, me can't do as me like. And I was just thinking about like non-stop sexual intercourse and all these type of things. And like, yeah, there's perks to moving on your own because you get to do things how you want it, but at the same time you gotta pay for all of that shit and take care of that shit. Like a house isn't just gonna stay as a house. You gotta clean, you gotta cook for yourself, you gotta, you know, like fix shit when shit's broken. You gotta pay to get that shit fixed yourself. Like there's no more calling mommy and daddy unless a while. And then again, me don't know why you're out on your own. Like me feel like you have to work for them someday or else you're not gonna really learn in a life. So, you know. But again, let me know what you guys think. And I'm gonna leave it off here for episode 4. I can't believe this is episode 4. Like we've been doing this shit for a month now. So excited, I love it. So yeah, again, I will leave all the details below as to how you guys can contact me. Follow me on all social media networks. I'm gonna be having never mind, I'll save that for another time. But yeah, Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat. If you guys are not following me on Snapchat, I don't know why your guys' Snapchat exists. But yeah, and again, if you're new to my channel, hit the subscribe button and subscribe to my channel for more videos like this. I love you guys so much. Thank you guys for watching the video. Leave a comment below, leave a thumbs up, and again, subscribe. And I will see you guys next week for episode 5. Until then, little more.